Coming up in tonight's show, Martin's journey, how I've got on this week with my own personal weight loss, and our topic of the week, as chosen by you guys, something that we can discuss and I can advise to help you on your weight loss or weight maintenance journey. Make sure you've eaten before this next section, because this is guaranteed to get your taste buds tingling. Get your pen and paper at the ready, because it is our low-calorie recipe of the week. And finally, a little bit of a taster of what is coming up next week. So without further ado, it is time for this week's Mondays with Martin. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Mondays with Martin. I do apologise for the fall of the front man at the beginning there. I don't know why that was going off, because obviously we're here on 1-to-1 Team Thomas. However, it did make me check to make sure I'd gone live on the correct page. You know what I'm like. So, yes, welcome to episode 19 of Mondays with Martin. Hello, Lindsay. Thank you very much for the reaction and for the share there. How the devil are we? Did we have a good weekend? Yet another bank holiday weekend that we had. So that's 2 so far in 2 weeks, and we got another one coming up again towards the end of May. So how was your weekend? Did you enjoy the King's coronation? What a spectacular spectacle that was to watch. Everybody marching, everybody, obviously the guards marching, just so uniform, so beautiful, and such a fantastic ceremony. We were watching whilst setting up for a gig with the Soul Band. We performed locally, but directly after the coronation. And then on to another gig after that, and then on to another gig on Sunday, and it's just been absolutely manic. You've been stupidly busy. I feel you there. So, what a weekend. It was a brilliant weekend. Band played well. Everything went really well. Couldn't have asked for a better weekend. Apart from Martin's journey, I have had a little bit of a gain this week. So, Rachel, thank you very much for coming in with that heart reaction there. Hey, Rachel. So, yes, I have come in with a little bit of a gain. I may have indulged a little bit at the coronation celebrations, but I'm back on it 100% this week. 100%. I've had my smoothies for my breakfast and my lunch today. I've made sure I've drank. I'm up to date on my water. I have had just over a litre today. I am on coffee, and my hay fever's playing up, so I'm drinking a lot more because I got a real tickly cough. So that's what is going on with Martin's journey. I'm going to try and get out and do a bit more walking. So I take the dog for a walk in the mornings, but I'm going to try and get her out for a couple more walks a day, try and get a bit more walking in, try and get a bit more exercise in. The good weather is here, or it should be here. We've had good weather the last few days. Saturday was a little bit wet, but the good weather's here. We're getting out, we're getting about, we're getting ready for summer. What's up, Nick? I appreciate you coming in. Thank you very much for the like there, bud. I've been so busy I forgot to eat, but drank plenty of water. See, now this is one big thing, which I've said time and time again, is it's not good for you. Now, fair enough, you've stayed hydrated, which is fantastic. The good weather is not here. It isn't here in Skeg, but it's sunny Skeggy. You might be drinking plenty, but the problem is if you're not eating, your body is going to start storing because it's not getting that energy. And when you eat sporadically as well, it's not going to know when that next source of energy is coming in, so it will start storing, and it will store the wrong types of energy, thus storing fat and making our bodies want to turn to high sugar content stuff and those the bad carbs that we don't want. So make sure you plan your day out. Plan. Failure to plan is planning to fail, as I like to try and remember that saying. So then, guys, we've got going on last week, and I'm not going to dribble on this week. Apologise. I find it all fascinating, so it's hard to decipher what is fascinating and what is not. So with a little bit of help, thank you very much to Vanessa, we have got a fantastic topic, and this is about the direct study that was done with our products, using our products, and the direct study is linked with Diabetes UK. So we've got that coming up. We have got a fantastic recipe, and this week's recipe comes from the mystery bag. Hey, Jackie coming in with a like. Thank you very much. Yes, so this week's meal is a mystery bag. We finally got round to doing one. My mum, Jackie, was up the weekend, not this weekend, the weekend before, and she went out and she had a budget and she bought some food, brought it to me. And if you remember the program Ready Steady Cook from back in the 90s with Ainsley Harriott, they'd have two teams and they'd have the same ingredients. They got to create dishes, and then at the end they had a mystery bag where people in the audience would bring in one item and they'd empty the mystery bag and they'd have to create a dish out of it. So that is what we did, and I've got a fantastic recipe there for you. Yes, indeedy. So that's about it for the journey and the intro into the Mondays with Martin for this week. So let's get into topic of the week. And it worked. So this week's topic was going back off, you remember last week I did ramble on a little bit about we've done some Learning Live stuff, and there was some fantastic stuff about diet habits and stuff like that, which I went into and probably a bit too much detail last week. But moving on with the direct study, and this is all linked. This was by Diabetes UK launched direct trial. Okay, so I'm going to go into it a little bit more. Got some pretty slides for you. Vanessa's got some pretty slides made because I made a mess of that last week as well. So we got some nice slides coming up. So if I remember the buttons working, a direct diabetes remission clinical trial. Okay, so Diabetes UK launched its direct trial in 2018, which proved that almost half of its participants, that's 46%, could reverse their type 2 diabetes through a weight loss program supplied by us, the One-to-One Diet by Cambridge Weight Plan. Direct is the largest research study to date. So, Professor Roy Taylor and Mike Lean recruited 306 participants for the study. And the people that were taking part aged between 25 and 65 and were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes within 6 years of starting the study. They were all overweight. We all know not everyone with type 2 diabetes is overweight, but weight gain and obesity are the most important risk factors for type 2 diabetes. So diabetes especially damages the heart, brain, feet, legs, eyes, kidneys, and nerves. There are two types of diabetes. Type 1, which is caused by an immune attack destroying the pancreas cells which make insulin. And then there's type 2, caused by being overweight and restraint to the effect of insulin, which gradual loss of ability to make enough insulin. Okay, so it causes gradual loss to make enough insulin. And this can be through not just being overweight, but through a poor diet, an unbalanced diet. It isn't just centered around, but being overweight or obese puts you at a much, much higher risk factor of suffering from type 2 diabetes. Direct is researching the treatment of type 2 diabetes, which is the most common type and the most expensive for health services. So, half of the participants received the best type 2 diabetes care available, and the other took part in the One-to-One Diet by Cambridge Weight Plan's low-calorie weight management program. This firstly swapped their usual diet to meal replacements that contain all the essential vitamins and minerals and then they gradually increased it to everyday healthy foods. Okay. People getting the best care available were also supported to lose weight, but were not on the low-calorie weight management program. Okay. So long-term progress was followed up by the research team, and the researchers measured their metabolism, their fat levels that were inside their body to find out exactly how weight loss can put type 2 diabetes into remission. They also carried out psychological assessments with the participants and healthcare professionals taking part in the study to work out how this approach might form part of a routine GP care plan in the future. So, April this year, 5 years on, the landmark trial announces soups and shakes diet remains most effective remedy for long-term type 2 diabetes reversal. Okay. So this latest report that was announced, this latest report announced that nearly a quarter, so 23% of participants who were in remission from type 2 diabetes at 2 years had remained in remission 5 years on. Okay, this figure is staggering when you consider that in the original study, a separate group of dieters who received traditional diabetes treatment as a comparative test, only 4% reversed their type 2 diabetes. So 5 years on, the one-to-one diet by Cambridge Weight Plan is still significantly more effective than the traditional approach to managing and reversing type 2 diabetes. Similarly, when comparing the actual weight lost, those who succeeded in the reversing their type 2 diabetes and with the one-to-one diet lost nearly double that of those in the alternative group. So the group on the plan lost 8.9 kilos, whereas the other group lost an average of 4.6 kilos. The new 5-year results from Direct also show that 23% still in remission had lower blood pressure and halved their risk of serious health issues. In the original trial, the one-to-one diet by Cambridge Weight Plan provided a test group of dieters' food products such as soup, shakes, and ready-made meals and snacks. The study also included one-to-one support, which we offer in keeping with our consultant model, okay? And this cited as a significant factor in the participants' initial weight loss success, having access to the one-to-one diet consultants who offer personal support and motivation. They see this as a key and unique selling point of the brand versus alternative total diet replacement weight loss programs. Now, this guy here on my screen, this gorgeous looking guy, this is Mark Gilbert, who is our commercial nutritionist at the One-to-One Diet by Cambridge Weight Plan. And he said that we at the One-to-One Diet are very proud that the NHS is using the lessons learned from the scientific studies using our diet program to help some of the estimated 5 million type 2 diabetics in the UK with their diabetes reversal. Obesity is known to be the leading cause of 80 to 85% for those at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And with more pressure on the NHS than ever before, alternative solutions are certainly needed now. This study doesn't just clinically prove the success of our weight loss program, both initially and after 5 years. It also reinforces the groundbreaking capabilities of total diet replacement programs over other alternatives. For nearly 40 years now, we have helped millions of people lose weight through providing the right nutritionally balanced products as an easy plan and one-to-one support from trained diet consultants. We will continue to support the NHS and Diabetes UK to support those at risk of suffering from type 2 diabetes. So that was a statement from Mark Gilbert. This is Kieran Ball, and he was a direct trial participant. Okay, so Kieran Ball, he's 47, from Morpeth, and was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes in 2013. He started the direct trial the following year, and Kieran put his type 2 diabetes into remission within 1 year. And having taken part in the direct extension study, his diabetes is still in remission today. So this is 9 years on. Sorry, no, this is 8 years on. He is still in remission. So his type 2 yeah. Sorry, that's me doing math. The direct has 100% been life-changing. Those few months on the low-calorie diet were hard, but I'd do it again, no question. Direct was an opportunity to reboot the way I was living, and I'm so grateful for what being healthy has given me the opportunity to do. It's amazing that what I went through all those years ago is still benefiting me today. I'm still in remission and not on any diabetes medication. I can't quite believe how long it's been. And that was a statement from Kieran as well. I will pop a link into the comments if it'll let me. Won't let me. I will pop a link to the direct study. It won't let me copy and paste it. So, that was the direct. So that's diabetes remission clinical trial that was done by Diabetes UK. And it just proves that we have absolutely amazing results when it comes to our weight loss plan. Not only for the obvious health reasons of losing the weight, getting down from being overweight or obese, but the fact that using our weight loss plan could reverse your type 2 diabetes, giving you a much better way of life and a much healthier life to live than having to rely on medications and stuff for diabetes. It's absolutely amazing. And I'd like to add in there that we are the only diet company out there that actually has this long-term backing of study of 5 years. Most other diets out there with their studies, they've got 6 to 12 months. We have 5 years of evidence from studies that have been done, multiple studies. We've got the direct study. If Vanessa's watching, pop in what the other study was into the chat for me, because I've forgotten. But absolutely, I'm going to just type in the link for the comments for you guys. So it's www, because it won't let me copy and paste, 1-to-1 diet.com / how it works. There we go. There's a link in the chat. I will pin it. So you can go and have a look at all this research and everything that's been done using our diet plan, using our one-to-one consultancy that we provide. And it's just, with this, it also goes on and proves that having one-to-one support over any other type of support that's out there, it truly does work. You don't have, some people can find stigma around the whole group thing. Some people find that trying to diet on their own, it just doesn't work. You need a strong support network around you, with that being us as your consultant, partners, friends, family, whoever. Having a strong support network there will certainly help you on your way on the diet. But then by following our plans, coming to the one-to-one diet and following our plans, you can just see from just this little glimpse of the direct, and the direct study is out there for you guys to go and have a look. Like I said, I've popped a link into the comments for you to have a look for yourself. But amazing the fact that nearly half of the participants were able to reverse their type 2. Absolutely amazing. Got any questions for me? Any comments for me? You're very quiet tonight. You're very quiet tonight. Could end up being a shorty one. But yeah, so I just wanted to go through for the topic of the week with this. This is, like I said, this come out in April. All these results got put out in April, and the study was released in April. So thanks, Rachel. So Mark then goes over all the study notes, has a look at it all for us, and then it gets released to us. And it's just such an amazing facts that what this study has been able to produce to help back our diet company. And it speaks words for itself. Do you know what I mean? So if you're pre-diabetic and you got concerns, get in touch with us and we can help you on the way. So then, guys, recipe of the week. Here's the bit that I know that most of you look forward to, okay? And this was a fun recipe. This one was fun to do. So, like I say, it's a mystery bag. Are there any studies about lowering cholesterol? I don't know. I will have a look and I will get back to you off the top of my head. And I'm not going to just blurt stuff out for once. I am actually going to research. I'll have a look into it. Let me make a note. I mean, this study that I've talked about today, the direct study, is just what was done with the Diabetes UK and obviously trying to reverse the effects of type 2 diabetes. What's up, Gary? Thank you. Appreciate you coming by, dude. Thanks for the like. So that's this study. There was one done by Oxford University. And the name of the study escapes me. Hey, Mr. Gary. Hold on 2 seconds, because that's going to bug me. Pilot study based on our plan. Droplet. The Droplet study, which was one that was done by Oxford University. But that link that's in the chat has, there's links in there to the direct study. You can see that there. The type 2 diabetes remission study, there's a link in there. The largest ever diabetes prevention study, there is a link in there. And then also the droplet weight loss study that is in there. So if you click on the link, this is freely available for you guys to go and see, so you can have a look in there. Absolutely. Absolutely. There are a lot of medical conditions out there that can be helped by diet. So you've got like non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. That can be reversed through having a healthy diet. That's just one off the top. And the only reason that springs to mind is because I had non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. So that's just off the top of my head on that one. But the studies are out there. So okay, so yeah. I will carry on reading your messages, keep them popping in. We're going to get into the recipe of the week. So this one, I've been on about it for a while for either when my mum visits or when my sister-in-law visits to do a mystery bag where they will go out on a budget and get me some food products. I have no say in it whatsoever. It can be as random as they would like within reason. And I have to come up with a recipe. So, alrighty then, guys. This week's recipe is a mystery bag purchased by my mother. All I can tell you at this point is it is less than £10 for the whole recipe. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so let's see what is in the bag. We have got some bacon lardons, some Italian-style chicken chipolatas, some extra fine beans, an aubergine, one large sweet potato, some carrots, a red pepper, and a red onion. So what is it that I could make with this? Now, I did leave something out at the beginning with the ingredients, and that was a can of chopped tomatoes. So what we're going to do here is tip this into a pan, half fill the can with water and pop that in. And then we're going to take some golden veg water flavour and add 3 teaspoons to that and gently bring this to the boil. Alright, so now we're going to take our deep frying pan or wok. We're going to add 4 sprays of our low-cal spray. Then pop your bacon lardons in there, both packets. And you're going to fry these until they start to crisp up for around about 3 minutes. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and add the sausages in with the bacon, and we're going to cook this out for another 3 minutes. Be sure to stir regularly so that it doesn't stick to the pan and burn. And while this is cooking, we're going to prepare our onion. So cut it in half, give it a real good slice. Then what you're going to do is take those extra fine green beans, and we're just going to cut these, the whole lot, into thirds. Now back to our sausage and bacon mix. This should be cooked perfectly, ready to go into the tomato mix. So pop that in there, and in the same pan we're now going to take our onions. We're going to add these in, cook them in the bacon and sausage juices. Then add in the green beans, and we're going to cook these again for around 3 minutes. And whilst these are cooking, we can now prepare our sweet potato. So go ahead, give it a real good peel there. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this into round about 1 inch thick slices. And then we're going to slice these and dice them like this. Then prepare your carrots, peel them, and give them a good chop. So back to our saucy mix. I'm going to be using a ½ teaspoon measure, and we're going to put 2 teaspoons of paprika, followed by 2 teaspoons of basil. Now our green beans and onions should have finished, so let's pop them in with the rest of the ingredients, and then we're going to add our carrots and our sweet potato into the pan. A nice helping of cracked black pepper, a nice big chef's pinch of salt, and then we're going to give this a good shake, get that seasoning round, pop the lid on, and cook this for around about 5 minutes. Whilst that's cooking, let's prepare our aubergine. So we're going to just take the top off, cut it in half, then take each half and we're going to just slice this into quarters. And then chop this up, get it nice and diced. Now take your red pepper, seed it, cut it in half. Cut this into nice slices. And give it a good dice. Set this aside for a little bit later. Now after 5 minutes, our sweet potato and carrot are ready to go in the pot with the rest of the ingredients. Once you've popped them in, give it a really good stir. Make sure that all the ingredients are nice and well combined. And now we can start cooking our aubergine and peppers. So again, in the same pan with a little bit of fry light, pop your peppers and aubergine in there. Give it a good shake up. You only want to cook this for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to add this into the pot with the rest of the ingredients, and we're going to leave this to cook for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, pop the lid off, and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of tomato puree to this. Give it a good stir to make sure that the tomato puree is well combined. Cook this out for another 2 minutes on a medium heat. And now it's time to go ahead and dish up this bad boy. Quarter of this is 1 portion, 1 serving. This is for step 3 or above, coming in at 524 calories per serving at less than £2.50 per person. Absolutely delicious. Go ahead and give it a try for yourselves. Let us know in the comments below how you got on with it. And remember, Like, share, follow, subscribe for more tasty recipes from one-to-one Team Thomas. What do you reckon then? All them ingredients, and there we go. Now, I did not research. I did come up with that off the top of my head. I know it's hard to tell from a video, but that was literally my, got it. I know what I'm going to do, and it takes me that long. I'm that good. Oh, yeah. So, go ahead and give that a try. The recipe card will be up. You need to now make it again when I come up. No, you can just ask Lillian. Lillian had it. Vanessa had it. So you can just ask those two how tasty it was, and then you can try it for yourself. On the recipe card, I will be including the weights. So as I was going through it, I was weighing everything there. So the aubergine was 100 grams, the pepper was 100 grams, the onion was 100 grams, and the sweet potato, that was a large one at 675 grams. So when I get the recipe card published, excuse me, once the recipe card is published, it will have all the weights on there so that it is exactly as this recipe as I made it. The only things that I added in there was I added a little bit of garlic, a little bit of tomato paste. The garlic wasn't in that recipe video, was it? I didn't record that bit. I apologize. So I put 2 cloves of garlic in there, or 2 teaspoons of your easy garlic. I added the tomato paste, and then I also added the salt and pepper, the golden veg water, and the paprika and that. Oh, and that was 200 grams of carrots. So there were the weights for it. The video will be going up on Wednesday, and the recipe card should be going up along with that, because I am actually going to get my finger out and do it for once. Yes. But it was absolutely delicious, and I do enjoy a challenge. Absolutely enjoy a challenge. So if you guys can challenge me to this mystery bag as well, you can give me a list of ingredients, which I will go and get, because I don't expect you to post it to me, because I think it might be rotten by the time it arrives. But you can give me a list of ingredients, and I can come up with a recipe for you from whatever you send me. If you send me potatoes, sorry, I'm just grabbing my diary. If you send me potatoes, mince, carrots, swede, you're going to get a cottage pie. Simple as that. All right. So, the reason I was grabbing my diary is because we do have coming up next week is National Vegetarian Week. And in one of my books, which is up on my shelf, so bear with me. Ugh. Number one, Dad. Look at that. And our little metal band. Yeah, we'll do another one when you come up. So next week is National Vegetarian Week. So on the off the back of that, I was having a look through a while back. I was going through. We sell these little one-to-one magazines, and was having a blitz through. It's really good. There's stories from other slimmers, and they're how well they've done, and then there's some recipes. Now this was the recipe that we found. This is grilled tofu with Chinese vegetables. So this is what I'm going to make for recipe of the week for next week, with it being National Vegetarian Week. And on Friday is World Photo Day as well. So you can all get out there, get making some of these recipes that I put out there for you. And on Friday, you can upload them with the hashtag one-to-one Team Thomas. You can upload them to our groups. You can upload them to our page. And then in 3 weeks, it is National Barbecue Week. So the whole section, the whole Mondays with Martin on the 29th is going to be ways around having our barbecues and eating them and sticking to plan. Okay, let's just change that. So that's what I'm going to do. So there will be a few little recipes on that one. That's going to be a big recipe day. There's going to be a few little recipes. some sides that you can have so that you're not constantly filling out on meat and buns and stuff like that. So I'm going to cater that all around barbecues. That's coming up on the 29th. But next week, like I said, next week is National Vegetarian Week. So I'll be doing a vegetarian dish, which is going to be this grilled tofu with Chinese vegetables. Also inspired by my sister-in-law Charmaine, because she said she did a tofu dish a while back and absolutely loved it, and said that she's going to be using tofu more often. So that is that. Like I said, guys, go and check out the results of these studies yourself, and you can see exactly just the work that comes from following our plans, and how much you can lose from following our plan at the one-to-one diet. If you are wanting to become a slimmer yourself and start your own journey, get in touch with us. All our details are there. You can also go to Linktree, which is linktr.ee, okay, /1-to-1 Team Thomas. And there is a link there to all of our socials, to all of our contacts, to our webpage, to everything for you to get in touch. Also, if you would like to do this for a living, my coleslaw, yes, my coleslaw. There'll be two versions of my coleslaw. There'll be a slightly higher calorie one and a low calorie one. Okay, I'm going to do two versions. My coleslaw is coming up. But as I said, if you guys would like to do this like myself and Vanessa, whether it's a side hustle for a little bit of extra income, whether you want to do it as a part-time job or a full-time job, get in touch with us and we can start you on your career journey as a one-to-one consultant. Okay, yes, my coleslaw will be in that barbecue mix. There'll be a couple of other side dishes as well that's going to be going in there. I've got a lot of preparation and planning and need to focus on that. So yeah, thank you. That kind of brings me to the end of this week's. We're a little bit early, but I've given you all the information. Before I end, is there anything else that you want to ask? Anything that you want me to look up? This does look nice. Carrot, red or green pepper, spring onions, pak choy, garlic powder, soy sauce, and some extra firm tofu. 10 minutes to prepare, 12 to 15 minutes to cook, at 200 calories per serving. Delish. But yes, guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in to episode 19 of Mondays with Martin. I will see you all next week when it is National Vegetarian Week with a brand new topic and a gorgeous, tasty recipe. Remember, guys, choose you, choose us, and together as one, we can make a slimmer future. Take care. I'll catch you in the next one.